Hey everyone, good afternoon. I am coming to you live from the ABC7 newsroom, and we have some details for you about a double murder-suicide that we are still learning additional details about, but we want to let you know what we know at this hour. And I'm going to be referring to the information on my computer screen a couple times, and if you have questions, we'd like you to ask those as well, and we can answer those however we can. So the total people that have died are actually 3, and this took place in Lakewood Ranch. According to the Manatee County Sheriff's Office, a man named James Bennett actually shot his wife and then shot his stepdaughter inside of their home in Lakewood Ranch. And according to the report from the Manatee County Sheriff's Office, it was actually Mr. Bennett's mother who heard Mr. Bennett and his wife arguing inside of the home. She went to then check on them to see what was going on, and then discovered that his wife, her first name is Sylvana. She was actually found with gunshot wounds, as well as Mr. James Bennett. And they also discovered that his stepdaughter, her name is Andrea Barbena Rojas. She's only 16 years old, his stepdaughter. She was also discovered with gunshot wounds. When emergency personnel arrived on scene, they did discover she was alive originally, but then she did pass away from her injuries. We recently discovered through the Manatee County School District that she's a student at Lakewood Ranch High School, a sophomore. We just learned that in detail a couple minutes ago. We also learned at the time of the incident that Mr. Bennett's 2-year-old daughter was in the home at the time of the incident. So for those of you who are tuning in, I want to give you a recap of everything that took place here, and I'm going to pull up some additional details here so I can answer any questions. So what we know so far is a Lakewood Ranch man, according to Manatee County Sheriff's deputies, shot his wife and then shot his stepdaughter before shooting himself. So this happened in Lakewood Ranch, and we have recently learned that the victim, the stepdaughter, actually attended Lakewood Ranch High School. We learned that she was a 10th grader, and I'm pulling some additional details here. And so this actually happened in the Central Park community of Lakewood Ranch. Technically the address is Bradenton, but it's right on the border of Lakewood Ranch. This happened around 10 p.m. last night, and from what the Manatee County Sheriff's Office told us, it was actually Mr. Bennett's mother who was in the home at the time of the incident and heard gunshots coming from another room. So she went to check on them after hearing some arguing as well before those gunshots went off, and then discovered that Mr. Bennett and his wife were both shot. And they, when EMS arrived on scene, they also found that there were gunshot wounds to Mr. Bennett's stepdaughter. She's a sophomore at Lakewood Ranch High School. Her name is Andrea Barbena Rojas, and she passed away after emergency responders arrived on scene. And we were also told by the Manatee County Sheriff's Office that Mr. Bennett's 2-year-old daughter was also in the home at the time of the incident. Let's see if we have some questions from you guys that we can hopefully answer.
You've answered one of them, which is where it happened, and obviously people would like to know why. Is there any indication why?
Right now, we really don't know anything about a motive. All the details that I just provided in the last couple of minutes, that's what we know so far. But we do have a reporter, our ABC7 Taylor Torregano. She's heading over to Lakewood Ranch right now to find those additional details and hopefully maybe speak to some family members or some neighbors, and maybe they can give some insight into what happened and, you know, what they've seen happen in that community.
Okay. All right, that's it.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be highlighting this story once again on ABC7 News at noon, and we'll provide some details for you on ABC7 News at 4, 5, and 6 once we receive them. So thanks for tuning in. Have a good one.